Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate you all having this hearing today, and I want to thank the witnesses for being here. Dr. Chris, I want to thank you for responding to Mr. Carl's questions related to the great red snapper count, and I appreciate you, I guess, respecting the integrity of that analysis. I think that I agree with Congressman Carl in that that was a very thorough exercise. It was done by some impressive academics that really went to great length to ensure the accuracy of the analysis. And so I do appreciate you respecting that. I do have concerns about, similar to Congressman Carl, in that there seemed to be disparity between the findings of the great red snapper count and the allocation that National Marine Fisheries has allowed for the Gulf states. And it's frustrating because we're in a scenario where they effectively said they're triple the red snapper, yet we had about as I recall, about a 10% increase in allocation, which, you know, I'm not saying we need to triple the allocation, but it seems like 10% is significantly below what it should be. Look, that analysis was the most thorough analysis that was ever done, and Congressman Carl correctly noted that the states are investing millions of dollars in improved data collection trying to get this right because we want to sustainably manage these fisheries. I'm just wondering if you could shed any light on the disparity between the findings of the great red snapper count and the increase in allocation that was allowed for fishers to harvest.
Thank you, Congressman Graves. Yes, the great red snapper count in the Gulf did reveal higher numbers, but it also revealed that the productivity of the red snapper is less, so there was a dichotomy. And the most recent data coming out of the collections is bearing the science true in that the increase that was approved is probably the limit at what it should be to continue maintaining a sustainable fishery there. The science will continue to inform those decisions and management practices with the goal of ultimately increasing that over time.
All right, I'm struggling with this a little bit. So population was triple, unless red snapper have discovered birth control technology. I'm having a tough time understanding how you could have that many more fish, but then productivity would be that much lower. That seems, again, contrary to what common sense would indicate. Could you shed any light on that?
Thank you. My understanding is that it's to do with the age range of the fish. So until they reach full maturity, they are not able to be as productive.
All right. If you could provide some additional information on that, I sure would appreciate it. Again, just seems contrary to common sense there. I understand the age issue, but I'm not sure that's what the great red snapper count found in regard to the additional fish. Other issue I want to quickly bring up is I appreciate Congressman Whitman's leadership efforts on the depredation issue related to sharks. I want to ask a quick question. Excuse me. Doesn't Magnuson-Stevens, isn't it designed to ensure the sustainability of fisheries? I mean, that is sort of the objective. That's a fundamental of the Magnuson-Stevens Act. Is that accurate?
Congressman, thank you. Yes, based on the best available science.
And so is there anything in Congressman Whitman's legislation that would undermine that fundamental objective of Magnuson?
Congressman, the agency continues to pursue the best available science to address the issues associated with shark depredation. And so what we see between the bill that Congressman Whitman introduced is just a great deal of overlap with the work that we are already doing.
So I want to highlight that. Overlap that you're already doing, rather than, as some allegations were raised today, that his bill would result in killing a bunch of sharks and undermine the survivability of the species or sustainability, because that allegation was lodged earlier, and I just want to be crystal clear. That's not correct. That the fundamentals of Magnuson would still apply. Congressman Whitman's bill does not undermine that. What it does is it's designed to ensure greater ecosystem management. Last thing on this, Mr. Chairman, I just want to make note that one of the most frustrating things in the world is when I bring a fish up, and I know it's going to be much bigger than the fish that Congressman Carl caught, but the bottom half of the fish is missing because the shark got it. It's still bigger than Jerry's fish, but you just imagine how much bigger it'd be if I had the whole fish, as opposed to that shark taking the bottom off. And I know that you're with me on this, so you don't need to respond, but I did want to just highlight that, and this issue does need to be addressed. Yield back.